only then is it over.
You really want to have a fist fight after school like we're a couple of students?
I want everybody to see this.
Teachers don't fight.
We're gonna handle our differences like real men.
What differences?
You got a job and I don't.
This is a bad joke.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches and stitches? What are you talking about?
Yo, man, that was one of the GOATs.
Yes.
We're going to get to the movie, but I don't feel like they talk about him enough on the other side of it all. What got us to the movie. So every time he comes up here, I got to express, because I don't know if people fully. The internet wasn't really at use when he came out. You know, people didn't have social media, so it was no trending topics. Mm-hmm. But if social media was around when he first came out, he would have owned it the same way the Kardashians do.
Ooh.
For a different reason.
Yeah, I was about to say, careful.
You know, they don't often understand that this man is the hybrid. He was the man that helped make the transition and bring the coast together musically when it came to the rap game and hip hop. He was the first to be accepted on every region as their own. Mm-hmm. He de-regionalized rap when he came out on his own on his solo projects. The legendary, get to know him, do the research, check his legacy. You can check his movie legacy, but check his MC legacy, and you will be hard-pressed not to argue whether or not he is the GOAT. Mm-hmm. Ice Cube, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Damn, Sway.
I know it, Cube.
When I die, you gonna do my eulogy, bro.
I got you, Cube. No, I'm not.
Sweet.
Damn, that was dark.
You gonna live forever, Cube.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, that was great, man.
Nah, man,
Anybody can sum it up. You summed it up, bro.
Yeah, well, I was there. See, when you witness it, you could just speak. I'm just speaking what I saw, what I felt. I was in the nucleus of it all. We were the architects.
So we was in the trenches.
We were in the trenches, breaking barriers. So artists like Big Sean, who's from Detroit, can be accepted on every level. Where before even the Midwest had problems, right?
That's real. Yeah. That's real. And it's a great thing to see. It ain't where you from, it's where you at nowadays. That's what it's all about.
It's all about, man. Ice Cube is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Another movie.
Another.
How many have you done? Have you counted?
I don't count.
Yeah.
I don't count. I just do them.
You just do them.
Keep them moving.
What was it about Fist Fight? Because this looks like a really funny movie. Look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Beating up the white guy.
It is fun chasing his little ass around.
Yeah.
But it was just a good movie, and that's what I'm in this thing for, to do good movies, Mm-hmm. And when one come across your desk, dude, you got to jump on it, because it's so many bad scripts that just suck that I get.
Damn.
I spend a lot of times reading terrible material. So when you find something good, you got to jump on it, man.
You got to jump on it.
You better.
And I love it that Cube was, I always say Tracy because she's the youngest out of all of us, and I'm not sure if you were tuned in to Ice Cube when he first came out.
Not when he first.
Not when he first came out.
But the boyfriend who owns my virginity put me on.
Oh, you mean
he was older than me, so I appreciated him for that.
So you lost your virginity listening to Ice Cube?
Yeah. A bitch in the project. Don't fuck with a bitch from the project.
You gave him the nappy dugout? Listen to Ice. You was a strawberry? Oh, shit. Cube probably was, to those who didn't know him, probably one of the most menacing characters to the press, to America. Mm-hmm. And so the juxtaposition to see him be the most wholesome character in movies and being able to play in these real kind of really, this is going to appeal on every level, but including suburban level as well.
Yeah.
Hey, man, did you at one point said I got to start smiling? You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I didn't. It's not conscious. Like, oh man, it's time to switch reels.
Yeah.
It's just what happened is I saw, with the success of Friday, I started to get so many comedy scripts, and we was knocking them out the park. We had Friday, and then we had All About the Benjamins, and Players Club. So it just became my wheelhouse. It just became the best way to get a good movie done. So that's kind of been my journey. And what happened was I noticed that my fans had kids, and they would come up, just like you trying to explain to her.
Yeah.
They would come up trying to explain, this is Ice Cube, and their kids would be like, I don't know who the hell you are. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, that's a problem, because I don't want daddy having to explain to son, mother having to explain to daughter who I am. I need to do something that they like.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided I need to do a movie like Are We There Yet? Because it's going to give me a younger generation of fans where their father don't have to explain to them what I am, who I am, and how I did it. And it's a trip because those fans that watch that movie, those kids now, they at the age where they can go see Fist Fight now. And they at the age where they went to go see Ride Along and Ride. So it's just regenerating the fan base and making sure that you have a fan base from 8 to 80 and that you don't play out. That's all it's about.
Yeah, every time Cube come here, we got to get a ding or something, because he dropped so many gems. He ain't even trying. They just falling out.
Right.
You know, you got to regenerate your fan base.
Yes, you have to go after the youth, and not, you got to do it in a way that works. And I took some flack. Everybody is like, you went from Ice Cube to Nice Cube. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool because I'm real. When I did It Was a Good Day.
Yeah.
People in my camp was saying, man, you can't make that kind of record. You talk about the hard shit. Man, what you doing?
Yeah. Wow.
Right? And I was like, no, I'll talk about the real shit. And if I'm having a good day, goddammit, I could make a record about it, and y'all just gonna listen to it. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's supposed to be done. It's not supposed to be some caricature. It's supposed to be the real.
The real.
Yeah.
Ice Cube. The movie is Fist Fight in theaters on February 17th. DB, you got to see the movie.
I got to see the movie last week, and people were laughing so hard in the theater, I was missing dialogue. You know what I mean? It was like people were cracking up. But I don't know if you've already got this comparison to Friday, because in a way the roles are switched. You're almost Debo now, like the bully.
Yeah.
And Charlie Day is like the Craig. You know what I mean? Because he has to stick up for himself he tries all these other methods of trying to like get you to back down or maybe get back up to help fight and all that thing. But as I'm watching the movie, it came on my mind. No matter what genre you're doing, comedy, drama, action, there always seems to be a message at the end of it, like in Barbershop or Boys in the Hood or something, or even Friday, for example. So is that something that's just an added bonus for you, or do you kind of look for scripts and movies that do send some kind of a positive message to people that are watching?
I think, at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. You can go laugh, but after you laugh, like, what are you taking away from the movie other than just laugh? So the real movies, White Friday is in people's heart. It's the Bye Felicia, it's the, you got knocked the fuck out and all that kind of stuff. But what really makes the movie is the relationship between Craig and his father. And when his father say, man, why y'all doing with the guns? We used to do it with the fists. Man, somebody, you might lose, but you walking home. You know what I mean? So that underlying message, and put the gun down, that message right there is really what locks people more than the comedy, to be honest. And so when you do a movie and you got a lot of laughs, you got to look for that undercurrent of reality to let people know that it's a thoughtful process. It's not just, we can make you laugh off anything silly, but if you're gonna do a movie, have a reason to, and make sure that you can say something within it. That's what I've always tried to do with my records, and it's only right to try to do it with movies.
Ice Cube is here, man. I want to say, was it Death Certificate that Nappy Dugout was?
Yeah.
That Death Certificate,
Yes.
right? The Death Certificate album had a song called Nappy Dugout.
Giving up the nappy dugout.
Giving up the Nappy Dugout.
Yes.
I'm gonna dedicate this to Tracy. Okay. So she'll know where by the time you lost your virginity, this is what your boyfriend had to listen to. This. We got Ice Cube here. 888-742-3345. Call us.
Cause the line in my house is getting long.
Yeah, dedicated to Tracy G. Right. The Nappy Dugout Death Certificate album. Celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, we're going to drop the 25th anniversary of Death Certificate. We got 3 new songs on there. A song called Only One Me. Another song called Good Cop, Bad Cop. And then a song called Dominate the Week.
Dominate the Week. Who you write? You still write your own lyrics?
I write everything.
Okay.
No ghostwriters.
No ghostwriters.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah. Ice Cube is here. Sampling back then, though, we were talking off air how back then, because the quality of every album you was putting out, the sound quality and production quality was crazy. And then that's when the publishers started becoming more aware of how rap is utilizing pieces and bits of different songs, right? What happened at that point?
Well, it's the sample era. When we first started sampling records, nobody knew that publishers were going to freak out. So everybody was sampling everything. So you'll hear a record with 20 samples in it, like a record like Boys in the Hood, even a record like Jackin' for Beats.
Yeah.
What happened was when they would used to ask for, you use a piece of my record, give me 10%, give me 20%. After the time started going on, they started asking for 50. 60% of the record, so if I use a little scratch or something and you want 60% of the whole record, dude, it ain't worth it. So you stop using samples and you had to start really creating your own music, and so that's kind of how the sample era died, because publishers essentially got too greedy. They got too greedy, and now people don't sample as much. And where the publishers, to me, fuck themselves is because these songs, you hear the sample, then you go hear the original, and a lot of people would buy the original because E40 used it, or buy the original because this is what I heard, on a Ice Cube record, whatever. So now when you cut out the sampling, now it's no incentive for the new listeners to go back and buy that old music because they're not hearing it in the new music no more.
Yeah.
So they kind of, they made a little money at the time, but in the long run, they just cut themselves out of rap.
Cut their foot off. I see you got the T-shirt on, Big 3, coming summer 2017. And it's the Big 3-on-3 tournament. AI is involved, right?
Yeah, it's a league.
It's a league.
It's not a tournament.
Okay, my bad, Cube. It's a new league.
I'm going to send you the link, brother, with all the info.
Okay, absolutely.
But it's a real professional 3-on-3 league with ex-players. And it's actually turning out to be something real cool. We're having a lot of fun putting it together, and it's going to be great. We're going to go from city to city, like the UFC or the WWE or whatever. We're going to go from city to city, and we're going to play 4 games in that city. You're going to see all the teams play, and it's going to be a Final Four kind of all-star atmosphere around these events. So it's turning out real cool. Half court, 3-on-3, going at it, hand checking, trash talking. We allowing all that.
All that. What do you win at the end of the season? Is it like how the NBA got their finals? Is it a Big 3 finals?
It's a Big 3 finals, playoffs. Of course, you're going to win a trophy and a ring. But what's cool is, how we got revenue sharing.
Okay.
If you win, you make the most money. If you come in second, you make the second most money. If you come in third, you make the third most money. So the incentive to play hard is right there in front of them.
Okay.
You want more money? Play hard and win.
Who's some of the names that's attached to it so far since you made the announcement? I know a lot of other folks came on board.
I mean, we got Allen Iverson, we got Chauncey Billups, we got Kenyon Martin, Rashard Lewis, Jason Williams, Mike Bibby, Ricky Davis. A lot of people just starting to join into the player pool. So it's turning out to be a great thing, and a lot of ex-NBA players are contacting us and coming to the party.
Kobe?
We want Kobe. I think the league is gonna have to jump off. I think he gonna get bit by the bug. He's gonna get the itch in a year or two. Then he'll come join the Big 3.
Dude, what made you start doing that? Like, what made you get involved in that?
Just being a fan. Getting sick of seeing dudes retire and they still got game. They can't play the NBA schedule no more. And all that running up and down the court and the 82 games, the back-to-backs, the 3 games in 4 nights, they can't do it like that no more, but they still can ball. So I was like, let's create a stage and a setting where these dudes still can show what they got in the half-court 3-on-3, which we all used to playing. Anybody who played basketball, more than likely played 3-on-3 most of the time. So it's like it should be professional. Why is it just amateur? Why is it just Mountain Dew or Nike or whatever doing these amateur tournaments when we got pros who people still want to see? You know, people want to see AI get down. Who don't want to see AI play basketball in a 3-on-3 half court setting where he can still shine?
So can I invest or can I get season tickets or I mean how does this work?
Man, you have to get in line, man. A lot of people want to invest in this and get behind this, and you know, right now we just getting our infrastructure, our foundation up under us, and never know.
What about season tickets?
Well, you can't really have season tickets because you better just hope we come into your city, because we're going to be going around for 10 weeks from city to city. Whoever's going to roll out the red carpet for us. You know, we're thinking about Seattle. You know, they haven't had basketball in a while, I know. So we want to go to some of these places. We want to come here to New York. You know what I mean? Either play, the Garden is a little bit much, but, you know, Brooklyn might be a great spot. So we're looking just for the right venues, whoever is going to treat us right, and whoever's going to treat the league right and roll out the red carpet for us.
Michelle is on the line from Las Vegas. Don't forget Fist Fighters in theaters Friday, February 17th. Good morning, Michelle.
Michelle, what up?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Great.
All good.
I just wanted to say, shout out to you because I'm from Cali. I'm driving back to Cali right now, actually. I got family, friends, everybody from Compton, so everybody is proud of you, just to let you know. Like, my boyfriend, he's an aspiring rapper, too. Like, he's proud of you. He looks up to you. Like, I wasn't allowed to listen to you when I was younger, but as I got older and I started listening to you, behind my parents' back, like, I appreciate everything, too.
Michelle, you got a question for Cube? Or you just want to...
No, let her show the love.
No, I don't even have a question. It's one of those I just want to give you all the love in the world.
Yeah, Sway in here, cock blocking on my love.
All right, Shell.
I appreciate you, Michelle.
Hey, Shell.
Yes.
Yeah, yay.
Yeah, yay.
Yay, yay.
Oh, damn. Sweet.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up NWA in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Can we play a clip of that?
We've come a long way, from being so hated to making it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it shows that you believe in yourself. Nobody can stop you. You can only stop yourself, and that's what got us here, and I'm very grateful and humble tonight. I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Kimberly, who's been there since day one, through the thick, the thin, and the thick again. And my kids, Daryl, O'Shea Jr., Karima, and Sharif. Thank you for putting up with this crazy life of mine and entertainment. You guys make everything normal for me.
Whoa. That's another gem right there. You guys make everything normal for me.
Yes, they do. You know, it's cool being Ice Cube, but it's cool being O'Shea too.
Yeah.
And just kicking back at the house and just, being Pops. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing.
That's what's up. Cube, man, you my brother, man. And I've been inspired by you.
No doubt.
And when you could call somebody, we the same age, been around along the same time. And when you could be inspired by, your friend, your brother constantly, man, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Well, I want to thank you, Sway.
Oh,
because in the same way, I see you, you can handle anybody, on the interview. You know what I'm saying? From a president to, Bobby Brown and Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can handle anybody, bro, and it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And to me, as far as my peers, you the best one out there doing it.
Thank you.
And you doing it on a high level, and you've been doing it on a high level for a long time, brother. And I love to see you grow. And love to see you in places I don't expect you, you know what I mean? Which is great.
Thank you, Cube. Ice Cube, man. Come on, man. Hey, man, don't be trying to block my love.
You was the hater.
I was the hater? Oh, okay. Fist Fight, February 17th. Make sure you check it out, Cube. Thanks for coming through.
No problem. And I got much love for Heather B, who been down from day one. My homegirl. Yeah.
Can you say that about Tracy G? Just give her something.
Tracy G, that's my young freak right there. How you doing, Tracy?
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.
Kilo.